I'm Linda. This year, I finally entered my 60s, but I'm still full of energy. My husband and I have been together for 25 years, and we're still happily married. Our only son, Ethan, is now 34 years old. 2 years ago, he married a woman 12 years his junior, and now they live in Nebraska. Apparently, they live just a 5-minute walk from her parents' house, and since she's not good at cooking, Ethan gets treated to his mother-in-law's meals every day. When I first heard about this, I felt a bit annoyed, but Ethan seems happy with his life, and his in-laws are happy to be relied upon. Since getting married, Ethan rarely comes home, and while I feel a bit lonely, I'm also proud that he's working hard for his family. However, an unexpected event suddenly changed everything. My father, who had been ill for many years, passed away, and I inherited his land. It was quite a large piece of land. So my husband and I were discussing how to use it when we received an unbelievable proposal from Ethan's wife, Jessica, who heard about the land. Please let us build a 2-family house on the inherited land for me and my parents to live in. My husband and I were speechless at this sudden request. Indeed, I remember hearing them complain about wanting to build a single-family home when they visited us this new year. Considering they might have children in the future, I had thought about offering some financial assistance. But I never expected them to ask for the inherited land as well. It was honestly beyond my expectations. Jessica's audacity didn't stop there. Please help us with $60,000 for the down payment to build the 2-family house. She asked as if it was obvious we should help, without any hint of hesitation. My irritation only grew. Ethan, sitting next to his wife, just laughed awkwardly, acting like a stranger. We'll be able to live nearby, so please help us out. Currently, it takes an hour and a half by car to Ethan's apartment. Indeed, being 10 minutes away by car would be nice. But living with his in-laws changes everything. We couldn't visit freely, and it would be awkward for us too. Yet Jessica acted as if we should be grateful to them. Unable to immediately agree, we said we needed time to think about both building the house and providing the money, and left it at that. Not liking our response, the next weekend Jessica came to our house with her parents. Her mother immediately said, "Ever since our daughter married your son, I've been preparing meals for him. I've been taking care of him so much, why are you hesitant to give us the land and the money?" Her mother's attitude was presumptuous, as if she was doing us a favor. Jessica's father said, "We don't know what the future holds. Having a 2-family house would be reassuring, and we can help with the children. What's there to complain about? Sure, it's all benefits for them. They wouldn't have to pay for the land, and our down payment would reduce their mortgage. If anything happens, we'll all be under one roof, so we can quickly come to each other's aid. And we'll have the chance to see our grandchildren every day." We felt taken advantage of, expected to give money while they did as they pleased. "Anyway, we are building the house, so please cooperate," Jessica said and left. Shocked by Jessica and her parents' arrogance, my husband and I were speechless. Then, we started receiving persistent calls asking for financial help. My husband, fed up, subtly mentioned, "We won't give Ethan the land or the money. But I'm worried about you both, so unless we do this, we can't live nearby. Please, can't you just do what Jessica and her parents want? Think about my position too." Ethan was completely under his wife's influence. Our opinions were ignored, and they even started looking for a custom home builder. A shoe closet and a walk-in closet are essential. In addition, a spacious living room with a high ceiling and a multifunctional kitchen packed with my daughter-in-law's mother's requests as if they were just standard. There was even a study for her father and a rooftop, resulting in an extravagant 2-family house plan that left me dizzy. This is our dream house, so please give us the land quickly and help us financially. My husband and I exchanged looks, astonished by such an unreserved daughter-in-law. We could have firmly refused their request. But then Ethan said something completely unexpected, further bewildering us. "Stop dragging your feet. Just do it already. If you keep holding out, I'll cut ties with you." Ethan, who only listened to his wife and in-laws, was no longer on our side. Our dear son felt incredibly distant, and the emptiness was more profound than just him leaving the nest. Due to this, we decided to go ahead with the financial support. Of course, Jessica was the happiest. "For now, please transfer $10,000 to the construction company." We'll manage the remaining $50,000, so please give it to us in cash. I did as told, withdrawing a total of $60,000 from my account. Jessica, who hardly ever visited our house, came happily this time to collect the $50,000 in cash. She handed me various documents for the two-family house as if exchanging them for the money. Take these to the construction company. Make sure you transfer the money properly. After saying this quickly, Jessica left in a hurry. Later, finding some errors in the documents, I went to Ethan's apartment, but he wasn't there. I even went to his in-laws' house, but they were also out. That's when a neighbor told me Ethan, Jessica, and her parents had gone on a week-long trip to Europe. Got some unexpected money, so we're off. We'll bring back souvenirs, Jessica's mother had said cheerfully. That unexpected income was undoubtedly the $50,000 I had given Jessica. The thought that they demanded the money for a house down payment but used it for a lavish trip was infuriating. When I told my husband, he too was visibly shocked. Feeling disregarded by our son Ethan, we didn't know how to fill this gaping hole in our hearts. But we were determined not to be used anymore, so we looked up. My husband felt the same, and we immediately went to the construction company to cancel the two-family house construction. At the construction company, someone casually started talking to my husband. It was a senior employee there, and he turned out to be my husband's elementary school classmate. They had known each other for years. After reminiscing, we got to the main topic. We explained everything, and the classmate nodded, listening intently. Then, there's no official contract yet, so no worries. Besides, the land and money are yours, so do what you like with them. This suggestion resonated with us surprisingly well. Yes, the land and money were ours. We could use the money to build our ideal structure. Once decided, things moved quickly. My husband's classmate quickly drafted a simple plan and showed it to us. In the design that encapsulated all our wishes, we finally saw a light at the end of the tunnel. After returning from their European trip, my son and his wife kept it a secret from us, so naturally, there were no souvenirs. Did you transfer the down payment? No more holding back because you don't like it. We're all adults here. Jessica frequently called to confirm the money but never bothered to visit the construction site. She's too busy with work, so please provide snacks for the workers. Don't skimp, make sure it's something good. Jessica didn't work. I was almost impressed by her audacity to tell such transparent lies. Apparently, the first $50,000 I gave her hadn't been completely spent on the European trip, as they continued to indulge in domestic travels. Naturally, Jessica's parents joined every trip. Thinking of Ethan being entirely absorbed in his in-laws' family and having fun pained me. However, my husband and I were thrilled to see our ideal building taking shape. We were extremely grateful they left everything to us once the construction started. Several months later, what was completed wasn't a two-family house, but an apartment with 8 one-room units. Yes, we canceled the contract for the two-family house and built an apartment complex for single living, aiming for rental property management. Of course, we bore all the costs. Ethan, Jessica, and her parents, who hadn't shown their faces until the completion of the building, were speechless upon seeing it. What's going on? Where's the two-family house? Jessica, shaking with anger. Her parents also yelled in outrage. Why is it a one-room apartment? We can't live here as a family. Do you think you can get away with this? This is insane. Faced with their fury, I hit them with the truth. The land is mine, the money is ours. What complaint could you possibly have? We're the ones filled with questions. And about the $60,000 assistance for the house, what did you do with the $50,000? That's the real insanity here. Jessica flinched. Perhaps feeling awkward, Jessica nudged Ethan with her elbow. Propelled by her nudge, Ethan was pushed forward to face us. To do this to your family. I'm so disappointed. We're cutting ties now. You okay with that? I was utterly disillusioned by my son, who threatened his own parents, expecting us to come begging. Sure, go ahead. We're done tolerating this anyway. Don't ever show your faces again. Ethan's face went pale at my words. You're taking this seriously? It was just a joke. Ignoring a flustered Ethan, my husband and I continued. Jessica, realizing Ethan was useless, finally spoke. Our current apartment lease ends this month. We need to find a place to live, so please lend us money. I already said it. We're done. No more help. That's too much. Ethan quit his job for this move, and we have no savings. Where should we go? Go live at your parents' house. Then we learned something interesting. Her parents were also moving out of their rented house due to reconstruction and had to leave this month. Both their houses gone in the same month was unexpected, making us smile. Do you want to live in this apartment? Oh, sorry, it's fully booked. The newly built apartment, a 5-minute walk from the station, was in a great location. The nearby station connected to many universities and vocational schools, attracting students who signed leases even before the apartment was completed. As of today, it was finished, and move-ins were starting tomorrow. You got $50,000, so find a new place with that. With that, my husband and I turned our backs on the four of them. Ethan. Stand up for us. You're the only one who can convince your parents. I've been feeding you delicious meals. Repay your gratitude. Hurry up. You love me, right? Do it for your wife you love. Although Ethan was cornered by Jessica and her parents, we didn't look back or stop. Later, Ethan came alone, apologizing deeply. I'm sorry for saying we'd cut ties. You're all I have. I was just trying to please my in-laws and ended up being cold to you. I haven't forgotten the words he said when we were hesitant to provide assistance. His irritated behavior at that time, too, was only possible because he thought it was okay to lose the trust of his own parents. His excuses now did nothing to garner my sympathy. I let him speak his mind, then told him to leave. You're my only son. How can you be so heartless? Have you ever worried about us since marrying? If you had considered us, you wouldn't have agreed to the two-family house. Pointing out his complete siding with his wife, Ethan had nothing more to say. Never show his face to us again. Not come asking for money. Not report on his current situation. Simply stay out of our lives altogether. After declaring our estrangement, Ethan left with slumped shoulders. A year later. Our apartment business is doing exceptionally well. Though we're essentially in our retirement years, my husband has really taken to managing the apartments and wants to continue as long as possible. We haven't heard from Ethan since. Recently, while shopping in a supermarket in the neighboring town, I saw Jessica working the cash register, looking unenthusiastic. I was surprised to see her without her wedding ring and looking quite drab. I later heard from a mother who was Ethan's middle school classmate that Ethan divorced Jessica, groveled back to his intended-to-leave company for a job, and now lives in a single men's dorm, working. It seems that his ex-wife, Jessica, frequently pestered him for money, but Ethan, who had been submissive until then, finally snapped. After that, she apparently stopped having any contact with him altogether. After the divorce, Jessica moved to one of the oldest apartments in the area with her parents. Previously reliant on Ethan's income, she now juggles jobs at a supermarket and a convenience store. Jessica's mother is engaged in piecework at home. Her father, on the other hand, works as a day laborer security guard to support their livelihood. After the tumultuous two-family house incident, my husband and I are now living a very peaceful life, feeling blessed in our tranquil retirement. Our serene retirement days are enriched by the apartment we built, ensuring our wallet is always well filled. As someone who loves cleaning, I never neglect the weekly cleaning of the apartment. Keeping it well maintained ensures quick re-renting after tenants leave. Maintaining its clean appearance is also very satisfying. Although I regretted giving Jessica $50,000 in cash at the time, I now see it as a small price for cutting ties with her and her parents. Grateful for these quiet days, my husband and I plan to fully enjoy the rest of our lives. Even if Ethan shows up saying, "Please forgive me," I'm confident I can firmly turn him away. I don't want anyone to disturb this happiness ever again.